rejoining you live. Pardon that I had a bit of a furry intruder come through and shut a couple things up and everything turned off on me, but we are back live here at the Watkins Glen International Speedway. Obviously rejoined by Matt, of course, as he was sitting there commentating the whole time while I was trying to get everything put back together piece by piece. We rejoin you with Aaron Thompson leading with 20 laps to go. Elliott Vining riding in second. David Gross third. Dylan Sale and Colt Martin round at the top five. What happened to your one-time leader, Brian Hecker? Well, he has fallen now all the way back to ninth. And, Matt, you caught a bit of a glimpse of it there. He just started to lose spot after spot there while we were having technical difficulties.
Yeah, not sure what happened. I haven't gone back and looked at it yet, but out of nowhere, I wasn't watching him. I looked back towards the back of the field, and I out of nowhere, I just saw the tube out the corner of my eye, and there he was, and he was just falling back. Had an incident earlier, the 10 of Nicholas Priest and the 01 of Trace Capers had a little bit of incident. Nicholas had spun out, and Trace had nowhere to go. They kept it going, kept it green, so all should be good right now.
Well, looks like Nicholas has exited the speedway, so he may be done for the evening. 19 laps to go now as Aaron Thompson works us down the long chute there, what we'll call the back straightaway here, as he leads over Elliott Vining. David Gross a distant third, and then it's Sale and Martin right on his backside. I believe Pete Dillon in there as well. He's in sixth. Carter's in seventh. Hacker back up to eighth. Ninth is Rutherford, and 10th is Wenzel. As we sit, still 19 to go. Working out of another turn here. Thompson got way high side there, but he is able to maintain his lead over Vining. Now let's actually pull up this one here, this view, so you see exactly what the splits are. 19.19 seconds. They're heading into the turn, and it is down now with Vining pressuring hard, about 0.3 of a second this time by at the line. 18 laps to go. Thompson still your leader, and now Reed Christensen goes off track there, but he is able to pull it back onto the speedway, and Trace Capers, I believe, having an incident. He tows back to the pits, so Capers is out, down to 15 cars on the track, Matt.
Yeah, and I know going into tonight, points leader James Murphy was not too excited about this race, but right outside, just outside of a top 10 here, sitting 11th. That's not that bad of a run for James here tonight.
Absolutely not. A driver like we stated, with really no experience on an asphalt road course, let alone any road course for James. So a really, really good job for that young man to be able to, come out here and be halfway competitive with these guys. He's riding in, like he said, 11th, got series owner Reed Christensen behind him, but if he's able to, pick up another spot or two, James is in for an excellent points night.
Yeah, he sure is. And I was just thinking, I think what former race leader Brian Hacker, I think he may have fallen back to the back on purpose. He might be doing a little bit of tire conservation there. So it might be a little strategy being played here.
Very well could be. Very, very well could be, because Hacker's already picked up another spot, up to 7th now for the number 2. As we all continue to race on here, as he gets way loose coming out of that corner. All of these guys seeming to find that one in particular to be a little bit tricky. I'm not sure what numbered corner it is. Of course, guys, we have never even sniffed this road course on the channel here. Up in front of him, Pete Dillon having a very nice night so far, as Dillon currently just outside of the top 5. He's had one top 3 finish so far this season, and would absolutely love to get back in the top 3 here this evening at Watkins Glen. As Matt, we look a little bit forward here, your top 2, they're still just barely separated, about a half a car length between Thompson and Vining.
Yeah, these two have had a great race going on. Just they've had that same gap pretty much the whole time since the green flag, or since Thompson has been in the lead. So these two fellas are doing pretty good there. Thompson gets into the wall just a little bit there coming off that final corner. Wrinkles up that quarter panel, but I don't think it's going to do too much damage to that car. He picks up the lead here by a couple of tenths, but they are about almost 7 seconds ahead of third place. So these two guys are absolutely hauling the mail right now.
Absolutely are. You see that little battle box there, the battle for first right now, Thompson and Vining. It's about 0.7 seconds between them. Vining, he's fallen off just a little bit here, but not going to let him get away by any stretch of the imagination. Let's go back and look at third place, David Gross. Gross through the little dog leg, little school bus stop, and he continues on here. Good looking ride in third right now. Martin still rounds out the top 5, but new 6th place driver Matt Brian Hacker has made his way around Andrew Rutherford. He now holds down that 6th spot. Ooh, got an incident back here. Michael Hall around in the Hooters machine. Let's hit the replay button. Michael Hall in the Hooters machine. Ooh, that was a little soon there on the draw. Let's see what happens here. He gets into the little school bus stop. He slides it through and comes to a rest after spinning that number 5 machine out onto the grass there. Luckily for him, no contact with the wall, so he'll continue on here, Matt. It's a dangerous game here on the road course because obviously you're not really going to get the caution. So if you have an incident like that, you're kind of in the doghouse, to say.
Yeah, and it can also be tricky because these road courses, these longer laps, and the laps with the laps taking longer, you start to get a little bit impatient halfway through the lap and maybe give it a little bit too much throttle. And with the tracks being so much longer and the asphalt doesn't retain the heat as well, I'm assuming, I'm no scientist when it comes to this stuff, but I'm assuming it doesn't retain the heat as well, so it could be a little bit slicker and a lot easier to spin those tires.
Absolutely. Best battle on the speedway right now is your race for the lead. These two separated by about 0.2 of a second currently, and it's a whole 9.5 seconds back to third place, still in sail. Look back at Brian Hacker. He's in 6th, trying to get back into the top 5 here in the number 2 machine. And he continues to just cut some laps. Here's Nathan Wenzel behind him, gets way loose into the corner. And on corner exit, he is maybe, Matt, having some tire wear issues. That's the 0-3 of Nathan Wenzel, as he is still a little bit loose all over the speedway.
And very well could be, he getting loose in that corner too. So power wear maybe starting to come into effect here. And now, since Aaron Thompson and Elliott Vining's out to such a big lead, I'm even wondering if Brandon Hacker can even come close, as now he peeks his nose up under the 4th Colt Martin, trying to get back into the top 5.
Absolutely. They go into the little dog leg turn there. He's going to clear him. And through the old school bus stop, Brian Hacker has spot number 5. And he will now turn focus to the 78 of David Gross riding in the 4th spot. Gross with a little bit of damage now on the, I guess we'll say, outside of that number 78 cars. You see the two behind him, Hacker and Martin, go way wide coming out of the corner there. And they will get down in here to, I believe, the penultimate turn as they come into the final turn to complete yet another lap. Martin trying to get back by Hacker, but Hacker right there on the bottom of the speedway, going to block off any momentum as he is a full attention set on David Gross back up front. Thompson over Vining. The lead has grown now to about 0.6 of a second. Make it 7 currently, as Vining running a bit of a different line here than your leader. What you got?
Brian Hacker goes around in turn one. It looked like he was trying to perform a crossover maneuver. And then the 78 of David Gross just looks like he accidentally locks his brakes up. Brian Hacker nowhere to go, and then the guy and whoever was behind him just took him all around. So Hacker now in the 12th position. Heartbreaker there.
Yeah, exactly. That's a tough break there for Brian Hacker, last season's champion, with a little bit of a brake check by David Gross, and then a little assist from Colton Martin puts him back in 12th. As we let's check on Colton Martin. Nathan Wenzel has made his way in front of him. Andrew Rutherford now rounds out the top 5. David Gross in 4th. As he looks to track down Dylan Sale in the 12 car. Dylan, a driver who's been consistently in the top 10 all season long, has yet to find a podium finish. And tonight, if he's able to hold off these guys behind him, looks well on his way to doing so. Back up front, Thompson's the lead, about the same, 0.7 seconds right now. As we go back, there's Alan Carter, the mom and pop's number 3 machine, and behind him, being tracked down by the series owner, is James Murphy in the TDTV number 65 car. James, well, Matt, he's taking advantage. He's up into the top 10 here, still hanging around there. He's in 9th place right now.
Yeah, and I've been, kind of watching him a little bit throughout this race. He's doing pretty good here for it being, probably his first time on this road course. It doesn't look like he's getting the car too upset. It looks like he's got a lot of tire life left in those things. So maybe you could see a late race run by James.
Absolutely. Could very well be the play that he is going for here. As Thompson and Vining. Thompson gets way off track there coming out of the corner. I believe that was corner number 9 or 10 maybe. I believe there's 11 turns in total. I'm trying to do that math as best I can, guys. I promise you. And now Vining is going to set up a shot here. And let's take this next lap. Let's actually ride on board with the number 49 of Elliott Vining. As we see here, they go down to turn number 1. He'll lock these brakes up nice and tight and get it down to the bottom of the speedway. And look at that. He's not overrunning the corner quite as much as Thompson is there. And that's going to give Elliott a nice little run as we head down into turn number 2 and hit the long straightaway out of turn number 3. Man, just watching these guys work, Matt, this is absolute insanity that these guys are able to keep up these speeds on this road course right now, as Vining looks like he might be trying to make a move here for the lead.
He's going to second think that, and he's going to back off and let Thompson get into the bus stop first. Going to follow behind him. He's going to close the gap a little bit here. Thompson looking a little bit loose there. Vining easy on the gas, though, and they're going to come off the corner. Still single file with Vining right there on his tail.
Absolutely, and we're getting down to that point where these guys... Oh, Vining got in there hot, Matt. Just about made contact with the backside of the number 19 car, but as I was saying, this is about that point in the race where if you've been saving your stuff, it's almost time to pull it out here. We're a little over halfway. Going to be 10 laps to go this time. And how much has Vining saved and how much has Thompson saved is going to really come into effect here in these next couple laps.
Well, in my opinion right now, that they are racing a little too hard too soon. We're a little under, well, we have 10 laps to go now, so... And it just looks like these guys keep sliding around. They have an 11, almost 12-second lead. These guys are racing pretty hard, using their tires up pretty well. But the thing about having that lead is if they do spin out, they'll probably hold their position.
Well, but and then again, even if, everything goes away and they have to kind of baby it through the track or through the corners and whatnot, being that they have this big of an advantage, I'd kind of think with 10 laps to go that they're a little bit safe here, being number 1 and number 2, as Thompson pushes it well hard through the dog leg, and he will continue to lead us here. Let's go back and check on that third place car, Dylan Sale. Dylan still out in front of Rutherford. It's kind of like two races here, Matt. You got Thompson winning the race Vining right behind him, and then Dylan Sale is leading everybody else just about. As you see a whole gaggle of cars behind him. Rutherford going to go to his inside and try to get around him. Dylan Sale way off track. Might have forgot to turn there as he's going to lose one, maybe two spots as here comes Wenzel around the outside. Problems for the 12 car. Going to cost him a couple spots and maybe more as now Colt Martin and David Gross look to get in on the action. Carter rides in 8th, Murphy 9th, Christensen still 10th, and Hacker a distant 11th right now. As Brian Hacker has caught every end of the stick but the right end of the stick so far tonight.
Yeah, not a night you want to have for him, but there's always next week.
Oh yeah, and obviously with some guys who aren't very experienced hit road courses and whatnot, Hacker may or may not be one of those bunch. I'm not 100% sure, but one of those throwaway nights where you can come back next week and hit it just a little bit better. Even though he looked really, really good opening this race, to fall back all the way, to about 13th there, is now Dylan Sale, I believe, having some more issues with the 12 car. I've gotten a report that he has spun it out on the speedway. Let's watch this as they go through the bus stop there. He's going to come out of the bus stop and just lose it, really. He got a little bit sideways there and couldn't bring it around. He won't exactly do a 360, but he does about a 180 and pulls it back around. So Sale will fall down to the 8th spot with Murphy breathing down his neck. And we've got 8 laps to go here as the field crosses the start-finish line, as Thompson and Vining already down the big back chute here as they head towards turn number 5, that big bus stop in the middle of the back straightaway.
Thompson with a 2/10 lead. Now they are 13 and a half seconds ahead of your third place driver, Andrew Rutherford.
Live, it's almost 15 now. It's 14.75 last I checked. These guys absolutely flying, Matt, compared to the rest of the field.
I had to check, make sure it's still live. Yes, it is. So, yeah, these guys absolutely fly. Now, Vining trying to go on the outside of Thompson, but he's going to show his nose on the outside, and then he's going to cross over. Thompson loose coming out the corner there, but that is going to give Elliott Vining the lead of this race.
Absolutely. Vining set his timing perfectly to make that move there. Got Thompson to bite on the inside move, then went outside, then back inside. And he will take the race lead here with just 7 laps to go, but Aaron Thompson is not done yet. These guys working out of turn number 1 into 2 and 3 here. Vining with about a half a second advantage. Did Thompson use up all of his stuff to try and stay in the lead? Right now, Matt, unfortunately, that's kind of what it looks like, is Vining starting to build a bit of an advantage here as your race leader.
Yeah, Vining already up to a half of a second lead here over Thompson. So that's pretty impressive here as they get into the bus stop. They're going to maneuver it through it great there. So now, again, still to a half a second lead.
Absolutely. We look back, third place still Rutherford, as he is just cutting some laps now. He has a very, very sharp race car. That thing is as fast as ever, but these two out front just leaps and bounds above the field here tonight at Watkins Glen. Wenzel back in 4th. Martin rounds out the top 5 right now. Those guys just working through the bus stop turn. Go back and check on Dylan Sale, who was running 3rd for quite a while. Still a little bit loose coming out of the corner there for the 12 car. James Murphy in 9th, trying to gain at least one more spot as we've got a battle for the lead once again. Matt, looks like it's changed hands. Whoa, Vining gets into him there.
A little bit of contact there, fighting for the lead. Vining on, we'll say, the right side. Thompson on the left side. Now Thompson going to pull out front. Going to single file out.
Yeah, these two providing an instant classic battle here as they go down that long back chute into what'll be the school bus corner. Vining gonna look to get back by him here. Can't quite do it just yet. He's gonna have to set him up. 6 laps to go. Gonna be 5 to go next time by. Aaron Thompson looking for career win number 1 with SOAR. Vining looking for, I believe it's not his first, but it'll be his first in at least 2 seasons. So he is chomping at the bit to get into victory lane here, and he's gonna try and make a move right now as he looks back to the inside of that number 19. 19's going to shut the door on him and maintain the lead going into the final turn. Going to come around, Matt. We're going to complete this lap. It's going to be 5 to go. And this battle for the lead is anything but over as Thompson slaps the wall.
Yeah, Thompson into the wall again there. Said 5 more laps to go. So this race is going to come down to the wires. These guys continue to absolutely battle it out. And it seems like you got a little bit of gaps here after that. As you got your first and second place are 2/10 apart, and then you got almost 13 seconds back to third, then another second and a half, then 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. So everybody pretty much spreading out pretty far at this point.
Absolutely. I was taking a chance there to do a little bit of camera work, watching some of these guys come off of corner number 1. As we're looking there at Danny Brown, clean number 33 here. There's Michael Hall in the Hooters 5 machine. Again, some of these guys no road course experience to date, so they're taking their chops as they learn here. As back up front, Thompson and Vining, Matt, they are bumper to bumper. Like traffic in Los Angeles right now, trying to get back to that start-finish line. Going to be 4 laps to go this time by.
That Thompson able to keep it off the wall that time. But that split between first and second is staying between
that was close.
1 and 2/10, but that time it was probably 0/10. It was probably hundredths or thousandths of a second there as Vining gets into the right rear quarter panel of Aaron Thompson there, but everybody able to keep it straight. Now Thompson out to almost a half a second lead.
Yeah, that was a close call for both guys. Now, like you said, Thompson about a half a second lead, trimmed now down to about 3/10 by Vining as they get into the dogleg. Still 4 laps to go. He's got a couple more chances. He needs to make them count, though, as we're getting down to what I like to call the nitty-gritty time. Here at the Watkins Glen International Speedway, as Vining got a heck of a run there out of corner number 10. And he looks to take advantage of it as Thompson, you see there, washes way up high on the track. But somehow, Matt, able to keep all that momentum and stay out front.
Now Vining going to get up underneath Thompson there coming off that corner, but he's going to choose the high side, and he's going to try that crossover move again. And it's not going to work as good, but it is going to get him to the inside door panel of that 19 machine. And it's going to give him a good line going into this first turn.
It absolutely is. It's going to put him right where you want to be going into corner number 1. Thompson comes down across the nose. Vining is able to stay off of him. Hit the binders just enough to go in behind the 19. These two playing nice for now, but how long will that last? As Vining continues to ride in second, gap up to about 4/10 of a second. Let's go back and check on the number 35, Rutherford, trying to run away from Wenzel like a scalded dog right now as they head out of turn number 3. Down that big long back chute as they hit turn number 4. And back behind them, Colt Martin, David Gross. Those two separated by about 2 seconds right now. Then it's back to Carter, Sale, Murphy, and Hacker, your top 10. Let's go back up front here, Matt, as these guys get close once again. Coming down to, I believe that'll be turn number 11.
And again, 1/10 of a second separates these two drivers in an amazing battle that's been going on for 23 laps here now. So coming to, what is it, 3 to go, 2 to go? Yeah, 3 to go. These two guys putting on a heck of a show.
Absolutely. 2 laps to go now, Matt. 2 laps to go. Vining running out of opportunity. That young man is hungry for a win as he slides it through corner number 1. Down into corner number 2. He's going to trail that number 19 by about a nose length as they come out of 2 into 3. Just matching each other step for step, move for move right now. This is absolutely beautiful to watch. This battle for the race lead between Thompson and Vining. Out of turn number 5 down to the dog leg. Or not exactly a dog leg. That's more of a school bus stop. I've been calling it different things all night. Y'all got to bear with me. I'm new at this road course stuff. But through the dog leg, through the school bus stop, Matt. I said it again. You got to slap me next time I say it like that. Through the school bus stop. Thompson still your leader here, Matt. This one is about to get good as we've got a couple of cars that just had an incident. Your leaders are rapidly gaining on the 21 and the 5 car. They might come into effect here. Might have a little bit of lap traffic before we get done with this one with just over 1 lap remaining as these two are about to take that white flag.
Well, I was just looking throughout the timing screen I got, and it showed that Brian Hacker is back into the 9th position. James Murphy is down to the 10th position. And Brian Hacker is currently a second behind Dylan Sell. He might have enough time to catch him, so Hacker's still pretty fast. Oh, Thompson gets way loose, though. Elliott Vining going to jump to the outside and test his luck out there.
He absolutely is. You got to throw him over your shoulder and let it all hang out here, young man. As we work through turn number 4, down this big back chute towards that big sweeping school bus stop. Thompson out in front right now. Vining scored in 2nd. Who's going to take it home? They are driving as hard as it gets. Wow, Vining just about caught air there, Matt, coming out of that school bus stop.
Yes, he did, and that just shows how bad he's trying to get around this 19 machine. But Aaron Thompson just able to keep that car about 3 lanes wide and just keep enough room to where Vining just cannot put his car. But I'm expecting that little fake crossover. There it goes here.
Oh,
maybe a little bit of contact.
Final turn. Who's it gonna be? Aaron Thompson, Matt. He's gonna sneak away with it, and he wins here at Watkins Glen. Vining 2nd, and just as you said, he tried the crossover to no avail. Comes home in the 2nd spot. Now they race off the final turn for 3rd. Wenzel will get it. Rutherford 4th. Colton Martin now going to lead him across, I believe, in 5th. And there's David Gross in 6th. Alan Carter in 7th. Let's see, where's your 8th place man? Still working through the final turn is the 8th place man, Dylan Sale. And he will come across the rest of the field coming as well. Murphy 10th. Christensen 11th. I believe Pete Dillon going to finish 12th. Danny Brown going to be 13th. Michael Hall still working on his final lap. This is your 14th and 15th place runners, Hall and McWhirter, as they're going to come around and finish their races. Aaron Thompson and Elliott Vining. What a race these two just put on, Matt. That was one that, for it being our first time on a road course. Oh, excuse me. For this being our first time on a road course, I think it's safe to say that we witnessed an instant classic between these two.
Yeah, I would say so. They just, both of them just showed pure dominance in this here race tonight. And I don't think neither one, I don't think Elliott Vining should hold his head. He had an amazing race. So a good 2nd place finish for them, for that driver.
Absolutely, yes. Should definitely be very satisfied with that finish coming out of the first series race on a road course for Mr. Elliott Vining, one of the founding members, really, of the entire series. But once again, congratulations to that young man right there, Aaron Thompson, tonight's winner here at the Watkins Glen International Speedway. And we will look to have a word with tonight's winner in just a moment. So I was trying to line that up just right there. But, of course, Aaron Thompson finally getting his first career win with the Southern Outlaw Street Stocks. Big congratulations goes out to him. Vining comes home second. Nathan Wenzel comes home in the third spot. Congratulations all around. Just waiting on your top three to head towards us here in Victory Lane, as we'll have a word with all three of them. But first, let's go ahead and show you tonight's race results. Thompson, your winner, Vining second. Nathan Wenzel comes home in the third spot. Andrew Rutherford finishes fourth. Colt Martin fifth. Excuse me. David Gross sixth. Alan Carter seventh. Dylan Sale ninth. Brian Hacker, Dylan Sale eighth. Excuse me. Brian Hacker ninth. James Murphy comes home in the 10th spot. Reed Christensen brings it home 11th. Pete Dillon comes home 12th. Daniel Brown comes home 13th. Michael Hall comes home 14th. Tyler McWhorter 15th. Trace Capers 16th. And a DNF on the night, finishing 17th for Nicholas Priest. Now, Matt, let's go ahead and drag him on up in here, joined in Victory Lane by tonight's race winner. His first career win with SOAR Street Stocks, none other than Mr. Aaron Thompson. And he absolutely had to work for this one. Aaron, first thing I got to ask you, though, you've been doing this for quite a long time now. And, man, it has got to feel good to finally get that monkey off your back and take that 19 to Victory Lane.
Yeah, I won at North Wilkesboro in the league, actually, a couple seasons ago, but it's my first win since then, so it feels good.
Absolutely, man. Well, since we started broadcasting, I'll say it that way, then, just to make it sound more legit. But, man, this one, you had to work for it. Like, let's just start there. Vining was pressuring you the whole way, and obviously in the back of your head, you want to fight hard, you want to keep that lead, but you also have to really save up those tires because we saw a lot of issues for a lot of guys. How were you able to cope with that?
I don't know. I was pushing pretty much that entire time. I was a little better through the bus stop and the first few corners than he was better than me at the end of the track. So we were just kind of even throughout the track, I guess.
Yeah, kind of tit for tat, and you guys put on a fantastic show there to the finish. But Aaron, of course, getting back to Victory Lane here, going to do wonders for obviously your season points and stuff like that. But it also, makes the people cheering for you happy. Anybody you want to thank here, any sponsors you need to shout out for getting you to Victory Lane with these SOAR Street Stocks?
Yeah, just my team. We call it ACT Motorsports. Colton Martin, JD Stockwell, all of them that pushed me to do stuff like this and just work hard.
Absolutely. Well, Aaron, once again, congratulations. A long time coming to get that second win here, and you do it tonight at Watkins Glen, and I will look forward to seeing what kind of, confidence boost goes into it as the season rolls on here. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Thank you.
So that, of course, was your race winner, Mr. Aaron Thompson. And coming in next, we'll go ahead and drag him on up here. He was trying to talk to somebody. He didn't know he had to do an interview. Oh, baby. This young man here, Mr. Elliot Vining, finishing second here tonight. Elliot, I know your poor little heart might be broken right now because you did get the win there, but man, that number 49 was absolutely flying.
Yeah, I know I was faster than him. When I finally got around him, I choked and missed the corner, and he got back around me. And I could have won the race. All I had to do was wreck him, but I couldn't do it.
No,
so
what do you want? No.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't push myself to wreck him, so I was like, oh well, we're going to finish second.
If you would have done that, I'd be the first one in the protest chat. Let me just go ahead and tell you.
Yeah.
But I mean, still your best finish of the season so far. Really cannot be disappointed with this, especially with the schedule that we have left. I mean, let's see, just looking at points right now, I believe you sit top 5, and with Reed, having not the best run here, you'll at least jump some points. So all in all, a successful night for that number 49.
Yeah, that was the most fun I've had in this league, racing that close to him that entire race. That was a lot of fun.
Well, I had me on the edge of my seat 100%. Now, Elliot, anybody that you want to shout out, any sponsors you need to thank, anybody else that you want to give some love to here tonight for getting back in the top 3.
Reed, he's doing a great job with this series.
Come
and,
on, man. His head's big enough. Come on.
Yeah, and Thomas is doing a great job too in the the booth.
He won't join as a spectator though. I'm gonna go yell at him. He needs to join as a spectator so he's not screwing up my freaking screens.
Yeah. You need to get him in the broadcast booth.
Shit, I don't think he'd say much, but I'll try it. Oh man. Well, anybody else here?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, well, I guess that'll do it. It's so good talking to you, man. And once again, congratulations. We hope, and we really hope that this really turns your season around here, and we start to talk to you some more.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to the next road course race.
Yeah.
Evidently, I'm a road course ringer. So
yes, you are. Well, good luck with that, man. But hey, we'll catch you next week.
All right, thanks, buddy.
He was in the admin chat, guys, and I moved him to like just a random chat to make him mad. So let's try and see if we can find here. I don't believe Nathan Wenzel is in to get an interview here, but Nathan Wenzel, of course, does finish in the 3rd spot. So I guess that will do it here tonight. Matt, any final words, last thoughts before we get going here? What a night, really, as we had a lot of fun here for this being our first road course ever. I cannot say that this was a disappointment in any
Yeah, I mean, it was a good race. Too many turns for my liking, but hey, I'm used to 4, but it was fun. Needless to say,
dude, I'm right there with you. It's hard to keep track after 4. I'm trying to count them, and I'm like, I can't do it. I tried all night long, but yeah, man, we're gonna do this again next week. Of course, not on a road course, but we will be back with more Southern Outlaw Street Stock racing action. Got some real racing coming up, and a lot of stuff that we are gonna talk about. Both here and hopefully if we get the podcast back rolling. So you guys stay tuned for that one. I really, really hope that we can do it here very soon. It's been absolutely swamped. I was late coming in tonight, and luckily we were able to catch all the action, but we appreciate everybody who stuck around with us. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video, do all the cool stuff with the cool things that you guys do. You can follow us on Facebook at Talking Dirt, follow us on TikTok at Talking Dirt as well. Follow Matt at Matt Pridgeon Racing on Facebook, as well as the Pridge14 over on TikTok. So for Mr. Matt Pridgeon, I've been Ryan Williams, and once again, tonight's winner here at the Watkins Glen International Speedway was Aaron Thompson. And we'll catch you again next Tuesday for more Southern Outlaw Street Stock Racing action.